Hey everyone, this is Zach from the DIY Golfer, and I'm coming to you here with another round. This one is the back nine of Hickory Woods Golf Club, just out of Cincinnati, Ohio. This is a relatively short course. It's a par 70, and it plays to about 6,200 yards from the tips. This back nine is playing about 3,000 yards, so we got a lot of par 3s here that we're going to be dealing with. And while we're going through this round, I wanted to just talk through some of the strategies here that I'm using because I'm showing up to this course with absolutely no idea where it goes. I've never seen this course before, and I also haven't really practiced for the last 5 years or so. Just coming out of a long hiatus of not playing golf since college. It's been about 5 years, and I am rusty. So I have to be smart when I'm playing, and I have to hit the shots that are high percentage shots in order to put a good round together. So you can see on that first hole I kind of struggled. Had to hit a low punch shot and just chip it out to the middle of the green. And the struggles continue here. I've totally screwed myself, short-sided myself here. And the strategy with this one is you do not want to leave that up on that hill for a second shot. So I was fine chipping it down to this area, and I was not trying to hit any crazy flop shots because off that angled lie you pretty much have no chance. So that was a high percentage play, and you can see here I'm making a bogey putt. I'll take it after that tee shot. Misjudged the yardage a little bit. Here on this third hole, we're finally finding a bit of a stride here. Ripped one down the middle with a 3-wood. And then this one was just on the button. It was right over the flag, just a little too far. It was a little bit tough to judge that distance going up the hill. Was really thinking that I might end up with a little tap in for birdie, but easy 2-putt for par. And now we get into the second elevated par 3. This one was I think rated the easiest hole in the course. Just a little wedge in there, and pretty straightforward hole. Once again, kind of misjudged the distance a little bit. After taking so much time off from golf, I'm a little bit off on my yardages. I don't really have those dialed in. So when I'm hitting these shots, I'm making sure that if I do miss my yardage, it's not going to put me in a ton of trouble. Now this one was just a case of never playing this golf course. I did not know how far those trees were, and I also didn't really bother to shoot it with a rangefinder, which I probably should have. But this is probably the one shot during this round that is completely dumb. This is a low percentage shot. I was really gambling there. Not only could that have gone too far into those trees up there, but it could have gone a little too low out of the rough and gone straight into the creek. But I got a little bit lucky. Do as I say, not as I do, I guess. This was poor course management. I was kind of chipping down the hill here and was having a really hard time with the short game. Was just kind of had some hammer hands. Didn't have a very good touch. So once again, got a pretty long putt for par. Now we got this downhill par 3 once again, and I've been long on the last two, and this one I was a little bit short. So had a very tough little chip. It was right on the collar. So when you have those shots, I really like to get my weight all the way forward and put that ball way back in the stance and just kind of jab it a little bit. It's really a feel thing, and I did okay there. Did not feel confident over that chip though. Then here, I had no idea where this hole was going, so I picked an aiming spot and I ripped it right at the aiming spot. Luckily I hit my target, and also luckily I chose the right target. You can see I'm in the rough here, but it was overall pretty good position. Now the second shot was ripping a 6-iron, and I ended up hitting the cart path and coming to the back of the green here. So a pretty good break. And this one's a relatively straightforward bump and run. I usually take out the pitching wedge for these. I know some guys will hit an 8-iron. Some will, like Phil Mickelson, will pull out the 60 degree. So it's all preference. Just get a club that you are confident with and practice with it. And we snuck it in there. Finally, a nice little birdie. You can see a little excitement there. Not the most animated player when I'm playing all by myself. Now this one was just one of those shots that you just stared at and couldn't stop staring, because that one was perfectly hit. Perfect little draw, 5-yard draw right on the tree line, and put me in this awesome position with a wedge in my hand. And I kind of misjudged it. Those partial wedge shots are really tough when you don't practice a lot, and I really think practice is the only answer to anything that you're not hitting a full swing for, which is another reason, if you know that about yourself, it's a good idea to lay back and give yourself a full swing with your favorite club. This last one's a par 5. I was in it was a pretty short par 5. Had a wedge into the green here, but I duffed it. Hit it a little bit fat. So had a tricky chip here, kind of a little bit blind, and in the rough, had to kind of loft it up, but I was not feeling very confident with those wedges around the green, so I was not comfortable opening the face too much, so tried to work with it just like this and ended up hitting it perfectly. So left myself about 5 feet for birdie to close out the round, and really on this putt, just like a lot of these 3 to 10 footers, I'm just focusing on staring at a dimple on that golf ball and staring at that dimple until that ball has rolled at least 2 or 3 feet in front of me. And there you have it, a 1/36. Not the hardest, not the longest golf course, but I was pretty happy with that given the start and kind of the rust I was trying to shake off. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more of these. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know what you'd like to see more of, kind of what I should talk about. And if you would like a free personalized practice plan, go hit that link in the description. I'll send that over to you, and we'll get your game heading on the right track. And until next time, I will see you later.